Hey there, I'm Ronelle Hernandez, and I'm at the World AI Show with Mariam, who is the Senior VP of Sales at BEINEX. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. Nice to meet you. It's an amazing event, very exciting.
Yeah, it's been a great day so far, but I wanted to hear a little bit more about you and maybe what you're seeing today, any insights you could share with us about the show.
Right, so I'm representing BEINEX. BEINEX is a sponsor here in the AI show, which is, BEINEX is an end-to-end data and analytics consultancy. We are headquartered in Dubai. We are one of the very early consultancies, actually, with a main focus on data analytics and, of course, currently AI and advanced analytics use cases that we started in UAE as a boutique consultancy. Our main strength or our main focus is within the government sector, financial services, healthcare, and all the vibrant sectors into it. And I represent the sales and business development function out of it. Actually, the AI show this year, it's very interesting because it's very driven by ChatGPT, of course. That's the number one that I can say. The most popular trend is ChatGPT, which is actually very interesting and very disruptive, I would say, that how people are perceiving ChatGPT.
Right. It definitely, I think, put AI tools on the map for a lot of people who may not have interacted with it before.
100%, absolutely. It took AI from being just a concept that a lot of people are talking about it, and you hear some crazy stuff like, okay, I need the system or the machine to tell me yes or no,
Yeah.
or it will take my place, or it will take my job. So
Is that a legitimate fear?
not really. The machine will never win. No.
Okay. There's so many shows and movies
Yeah.
about that. I think people are like worried that it is
Actually,
a real fear.
you're absolutely right, and actually, the people worry, or it's a valid worry, and it's a valid reason behind people to think about it. However, humans will always be humans. We just need to evolve enough in order to utilize the AI. By the end of the day, AI is a technology that us as humans have invented.
Right,
So
right. It's
machine
supposed to
will never
maybe
win.
mimic what we do, but increase our output and capacity and help
Exactly.
us, right?
Exactly, 100%. It just, we actually developed it to help us, to give us a hand, and it's been a great tool, and it's been a great technology. Actually, it's not a tool. That's a very common mistake.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's not a tool. It is a technology that you can build millions of tools that will help all the human race within the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay, yeah, that's an important distinction. So then tell me then what the intersection is between data analytics and AI tech.
Okay, actually that's a very, very, very interesting question, and a very valid question as well, that at least today I got asked this question many times. Just people need to understand that AI is a development or the evolution of data. Everything starts from data. What is AI as a technology? We need to go back to the basics. I know it can be a little bit ticky, but it's not really ticky. I'm not a tech person, but it's from a business user perspective or from a business point of view. The AI is the evolution of machine learning, advanced analytics, that actually building a model or a code, doesn't matter how you build it, to achieve a function or to achieve a mission by the end of the day.
Okay.
That all of this requires data. Without the data, without feeding this model with data and teaching this model, okay, the model, of course, it's able to teach itself and evolve itself. However, the only crucial part that you need here is the data. So the data, we can say, is the starting point. It will always be the starting point. Data is the key in order to achieve whether analytics, advanced analytics, machine learning, and right now is AI and ChatGPT, and technologies like ChatGPT are actually built on data.
I see, okay. So what are some of the most common use cases that maybe we don't even realize we're using AI? I know Netflix, for example, like the recommendations or the suggestions of movies, that's a use
Actually,
of,
that's,
right?
yes, of course, 100%. Aside from the recommendation, there is a concept, or it's a variation of AI right now, which is called the regenerative AI,
Right,
which
generative,
means
yeah.
it generates things on an absolutely customized basis, that it's not only from a demographic to a demographic, it's actually from a person to a person. So the level of personalization that AI can achieve is, that's actually a very interesting use case, and with the level of personalization that you can provide to your clients or your customers or your people as if you are in policy making, or if that it's tremendous. It's beyond belief that it's not just a demographic by demographic, like a nationality or a gender. No, it's per person by person, not only individually. It's also based on your mood per day or
right.
your
Behavioral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of the most important use cases that people can apply, and I wish more focus from businesses to focus on that. It is not just from revenue generating businesses. It's also imagine in healthcare sector, in financial sector, in insurance, like the whole services sector. Also the public policy and the policy making sector.
So let's go into that a little bit more. You mentioned that you work with a lot of governments. So when it comes to making policies, how do you advise them the best when it comes to this type of tech?
Actually, use AI for the benefit of enhancing the policies, making sure that the policy it meets every individual inside the sector or inside the country, which is something that the UAE is doing amazingly without AI. So I'm really excited to see how the government of UAE will be utilizing the power of AI in adjusting and enhancing the public policy making across the whole country. Exciting days. That's
in what kind of ways would you like to see that here in the UAE? What do you think that they can do?
Of course, the customer happiness. The customer happiness is, or the customer happiness, I would say, division across all the governments of UAE. This is a key criteria or a key KPI that actually the government of UAE have been considering as the most important indicator for the success of the government or for the success of the policy. That has always been there. However, using the AI and enhancing the customer happiness criteria, the customer happiness expectations, I'm really excited to see how this can go. And we actually, based on like our work, I have seen a lot of examples on how really to do a very seamless, customized experience, a customer experience for every single individual inside a city.
Can you give me an example?
Without going into a lot of confidential details, but imagine we reached a point right now that using AI, using different data sources as well, and I will go back to the data because the data is the source or the bloodline of the AI or the technology, but using different and unique data sources or data points like face recognition, emotional recognition, with the utilization of AI before even going into a service counter, a government service counter. All your details, all your expectations from this service is already with the employees. That will lead to a no time for complete the service completion time, and also your happiness or your satisfaction rate on the service.
And what would you say to people who are fearful and scared of all this sudden change?
Yeah, okay, your fears are valid. However, you need to evolve. I always say, if the I don't know, like the most common or the most relevant example for it is the horse carriage and the evolution of cars and now the spaceships. There are still people who are using horses and push carts to do their logistics, millions of people in the world. And there are people who started with pushing a cart and now they are having a fleet of trucks and transportation. So just evolve, keep an open mind, and do not look for it from a very personal point of view, look for it from also a global point of view.
Yeah, more like the collective well-being. All right.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you. Thanks.